All right. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's having a great day so far and that you're enjoying, at least here it's the sunshine, so I'm enjoying the sunshine. And I am working on the final line art for the Fight Your Friends. And I thought this time I'm going to try something a little bit differently, and I'm going to work with digital line art. So this is a different one for me. I don't usually do my final line art digitally, but for fun, I wanted to try it today. So I'm working on it in Photoshop. So this stream, unlike the usual streams, is going to be done with shared screen. So I'm showing you guys what is on my screen right now. And I'm just getting music going because I forgot. And yeah, so with this shared screen, the way that it works is that I am working and it's streaming what I'm seeing in my Photoshop. So I use Photoshop CC, I think it's Creative Cloud, and I'm probably gonna bang something when I do this, but so you can see this is the back of my Cintiq. So I use a Cintiq 22 HD. I personally am not, I didn't get the one with the touch abilities so you could kind of move things around the way that you do on your phone or an iPad. Just personal preference, I thought that the touch abilities would kind of drive me crazy. So I got just your regular 22 HD, and I use hotkeys, and I have a wireless keyboard. So I use this for any of the moving around that I need to do. Hey Adam, I hope you're having a good day so far. And you know what? Stuff is melting in the house and dripping off the window. So if you guys hear some weird spatter sounds, it's because the inside of all of our windows had solid ice on it. Even though we keep our house warm, the windows are just too close to outside, so there's actually ice all along the inside of the windows, and I think it's melting, so I'm gonna need to go clean that. But it's not raining in the house, that's what's happening. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. All right, so I'm gonna get to my Photoshop now, and thankfully my monitor is wide enough that the Photoshop to fit your screen in front of you isn't completely filling mine, so I can still see the chat along the side from Twitch, which is awesome. Hello, Brandy! It's so good to see you here. Lots of love to the Coffin crew. Mwah! I love you guys. Thank you, Travis. Hey, K37. Hi, Zombie Folly. Thank you all so much for joining me here. Okay, so yesterday when I was doing the sketch, I scanned it and sent it off for approval, but then over the course of the evening, I was just mulling over the outfit in my mind, and I thought of a few things I wanted to add. They're not changing her outfit in any way, but it's just giving a little bit more visual interest. So what I'm doing, I sent a list to Zombie Folly. You're amazing, thank you. I sent a list of some of the proposed things I wanted to add. And so for now I have nominal approval to add those things in. So what you're seeing here is a layer that has my rough sketch of the additional items I want to put on her outfit. So I'm kind of incorporating my additional sketch into the final lines and doing the final lines here on the computer. Two reasons why I'm doing that. One reason, I don't do this often and I thought it would be a good challenge. And the other reason is that I'm not drawing this 11 by 17, but I'm used to drawing things at large scale. But I still am spoiled and I want to put all the detail in that I have in my mind. So being able to zoom in on here will make it so much easier. So, that's what I'm doing right now. So I've got some things are kind of finalized and I've decided to keep them, and other parts are just on separate layers that are the sketch. So like I decided to put a coin up holding her hat up because it's a big floppy hat. And in my sketch, I had drawn the coin kind of your average big coin size. No, I'm going to make it big so that you can actually see it. So I'm going to exaggerate a few elements on her outfit that maybe wouldn't necessarily be like that in real life. But that's the amazing thing about artwork, is you can take it a little extra, go a little further than what would realistically happen. Like even in game art, for instance, which I've never been able to do, but the game artists, they draw just, you know, these shields that are impossible for the character to pick up, but they just pick it up like it's light as a feather and they go running for 10 miles, you know? And that's what's so fun about art, and that's just what's amazing about my job. And I want to be able to incorporate some of that into this, give her some big elements that'll just be completely unrealistic, so not helpful, but so fun. Hey Craig, nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Adam. You're such a sweetheart. Shane, hello. So this is an extra stream. I don't usually stream on Thursdays, but I decided to go ahead and do it for this one. And because I'm trying something different, it'll be really fun, and I thought you guys would like to join in for this part. So let's keep going. My hope is to make it a decent bit into the final art, and then tomorrow I will stream, though I'm not sure when, doing the flats, preparing the piece for colors, and then coloring it. And because again, it's not a full-scale 11 by 17 piece of art like a cover that I usually do or whatever, and there's no background because the background is the design of the playing cards. So what I'm gonna do is be able to put a lot more focus into her specifically, and I'm hoping that I'll be done by Friday, and then I can send it off, and I'll be a couple days early. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think. Let me check. Hold, please. Or maybe Friday is the deadline, and then I'm just barely squeaking by. No, okay. Saturday is the deadline. Awesome. Hey, River Dragon. That's so awesome, Kara. I'm so glad you could make it. Yeah, digital inking. It's something I very rarely do. So, firstly, now the way that my OBS is hooked into my Photoshop, I realized, I didn't know this at the beginning, but I realized that when I go to click on my brush menu, you guys can't see it. So I am using the most basic, standard, comes with Photoshop, hard, round brush, and I've got it set to pressure sensitivity, which means if I push harder, the brush gets bigger. And if I lighten my touch, the brush gets smaller. And I really like that one. And the reason why I'm choosing a hard brush for this is because technically it's inking. So that's what I'm doing. And in general, even though I do have a lot of brushes, even for my digital coloring, I use the ones that came with Photoshop. There's like, when you get the Photoshop CC thing, you can go in there and they have all this extra stuff that you can plug into your Photoshop, and they just had a bunch of these brushes called Kyle's something brushes, and then there's all different types. So I just downloaded all of them, and they are amazing. So like you guys are gonna see here, some of these, like this right here, is kind of my additional sketch on top of my even more rough sketch. So I'm gonna take everything off, and you can see the actual sketch from yesterday. And so the primary, like for the most part, I'm following this. I'm just adding some stuff on. Yo, hello! I'm so glad you could make it to the stream for a few minutes, love. Has it warmed up there? Okay, so this is what I'm working on now. I'm gonna get her her basic necklaces and stuff put in. So that is phase 1. What about GIMP? You know, I've heard the GIMP is amazing. I've just never tried it. Sorry. I've been using Photoshop for so long. My mom told me I could have Photoshop, and this is when it was like, this is in the extremely early 90s. I could get a copy of Photoshop and a mouse to use it because you couldn't really use Photoshop without a mouse. If I learned to type 50 words per minute and passed a typing test that said I was actually 50 words per minute, which I did. So now I can type. And I also got to use Photoshop. So I'm pretty Photoshop loyal from that since I was like really little. All right, and I have it set to 100% opacity. The flow is at 100%, and I am using black. You're still freezing? Aw, sorry, hun. I know the feeling, though. It's minus... This morning when I dropped off the kids, it was minus 20 outside, centigrade. And my son, because I told the kids that it was getting a little bit warmer. Now, warmer is relative. It was in the minus 25 to minus 30s the other couple days. So minus 20 is technically warmer. My son, who's 8, mind you, decides that today's a perfect day to not wear snow pants. And we're like, you know, I don't know. For any of you who don't have kids, maybe you don't know this one. Or you can remember back to when you were a kid. But the morning rush to get everyone to the school bus is aggressive. And so I get to the car, and my son is sitting there in like joggers. And I'm like, dude, oh my God. So I get his snow pants and I give them to him. And I'm like, okay, put these on now. And he doesn't. And he sticks them in his backpack instead. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a fight I'm not gonna win today. But at least he has his snow pants with him. And like, warm. He's such a Canadian little boy. It's minus 20. It's a warm day. Oh my God. All right, and then I'm using the rotate page tool for ease of hand motions. Always wear extra pants, right? My God, I couldn't believe it. You know, one plus, he was wearing his hat at least. And if you live in a cold climate and you have kids who just lose their gloves constantly, they sell these elastic strands. So they're basically just a super long piece of elastic with clips at either end. And you hook that into the like hook loop that's usually in the back of the neck of jackets, and then clip their gloves into it. So their gloves are secured onto their jacket, so they can't lose their gloves. I'm telling you, small fortune has been lost over lost gloves and hats and scarves. And it was -2. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Yo-Yo. Now I realize that's -2 Fahrenheit, so that's considerably colder than -2 centigrade. I think though, once it starts reaching the -30s and 40s, someone was telling me that it evens out and they're about the same. Okay, now we're gonna do some shells. Oh, you are? You lose your gloves? I've had the same pair of gloves for like 8 years since we moved here. The only time my shit gets lost is when I loan it to my daughter. You've sewn gloves into kids' clothes before? Yeah, right? Because they're just gonna lose it every time. And you know what? To their credit, I get it. I've seen the mayhem that is getting ready to get back on the bus from school. It's crazy. So, you know, everybody with their coats and jackets and scarves and hats and everything you have to remember. I mean, it's pretty impossible for an 8-year-old to keep track of all of that. Oh, wait. Press the wrong button. Well, the nice thing about Photoshop CC now is that it's a subscription style thing. So, granted, you know, it's kind of death of a thousand pokes because you're getting you're having to pay it every month, but it's so much easier than the astronomical one-time price it used to be for Photoshop. So I have this all on another layer right now, which means I can erase things without touching the actual necklines, and then I'll go in and erase all the lines from her neck that I want removed. Let's put a shark tooth here. And some more beads. Okay. Oops. I was working on the inks line. Classic. All right. So I'm just going to erase some of the inks here. And I have some parts where her neck is still poking through. So like you can see neck, some strands, neck, strands and shell, more neck. And the reason why I do that is because I think then it becomes clear where the body is. So now I'm just merging those two layers because I'm happy with this. Now the one thing I'm gonna have to bear in mind is doing this digital does leave the very high chance that I'm gonna spend forever noodling away at some little detail that literally nobody's gonna see. So I'm gonna have to keep zooming in and out to make sure that I haven't just wasted a colossal amount of time on something that isn't even visible. Okay, I'm just doing another layer here. I want one necklace piece that's not a choker style thing, kind of jumping off her neck a little bit and flinging to the side. And I'm hoping that the use of things like that will bring a bit more action into the piece. Hey Harv, nice to see you. How's it going? Oh, thank you so much, Ash. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I've got one necklace kind of flinging out from behind her neck. And I'm thinking these will mostly be like brown leather strands or something like that with things hanging off. So here I'm going to do a coin. Kind of pieces of 8 style. And I've got it connecting to the coin into the center like that with just a little piece of rope. I don't know if anybody is familiar with a Japanese 50 yen coin where that it has a hole cut out of the center. Kind of thinking something like that. Oh, I'm hoping that for you too, Harv, for sure. All right, and then the other one is coming from behind her neck on the other side. And I'm going to make my pen just a little bit smaller. So it was at size 9, and now I'm taking it down to size 7. And what's really nice is you can do that manually. You can just put in the number that you want the size of your brush to be, and that is super handy. Arrow's trolling again. Zooming out to just keep perspective. This is not something I need to spend an hour on. And then I'm making the two things overlap a little bit. But I think I made it too thin down here, so I'm just going to erase that a little bit. So I want them to overlap, but I also don't want it to be so tiny. So I'm making it a little bit thicker, and then from there I'll be able to gauge how much they should be overlapping in order for both pieces to come into that center knot. Okay, now I'm working on the coin, and because it's at quite an angle, we would be seeing more of a ellipse than a circle, or even than an oval. Go. Now I'm just going to erase some of the lines that I don't need anymore. And this is why I'm doing new elements on a separate layer and then merging them after. I'm merging those together. Okay, and then these parts aren't really overlapping or anything, so now I'm working on her vest. Tattering some of the edges a little bit. And this is where it folds over and goes into her bust. And then here, I'm just putting like a little bit of a seam on the edges of the vest. And I'm taking the size of the brush back up to a 9 because I don't need to be that thin right now. And then these are the buttonholes, and I'm going to put some embroidery around these buttonholes. Hey DC Bray, happy birthday! Alright, so here's where we're at so far. And now I'm just going to zoom in and finish this portion of the other side of her shoulder. So I've got some sketch lines where I made the shirt a little bit more billowy up at the top. Put some wrinkles and stuff in the cloth. All right, so right here is sort of the back of her arm where her shirt is really pulling. So I'm gonna make them really tight folds and stuff like that. So they're not really coming off of her skin all that much. It's really tight in there. And oh my God, my arms are so sore. Even just doing this is like, oh, the pain. Because I'm trying to start lifting weights again, but like actual weights, like in a weight room, and oh my God, my husband Dan has me doing a new program, where at least I'm working up to a new weightlifting program, and I am so sore because I did some bench presses and they were so easy yesterday because I'm starting with like just the bar and then putting on weights as I can do it, and it was so light, but now I am so sore. Yeah, I'm really feeling the burn, Central Park. That's right. So this is the bottom part of the vest. Oh my God, that would be amazing if I could hire someone, or if I could just kind of leech off of Dan's workouts. That would be great. Be like, I'm going to be over here. I'm going to keep drawing. Now you work out for me. Weightlifting is your fave? Oh, good for you. It's so good to do. I just am not a fan. Also, our weight room is in the garage, right? And garages are never as insulated. So I took a picture of the door in our garage and it's completely frozen over. Like it is just covered in frost. And I'm in there trying to work out and it's just like your hands are freezing cold. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Very true. Yes, that would be amazing. Hey, Keeman, nice to see you. So this is the side seam. We're not going to see a ton of it because I plan on adding an additional piece of cloth, like a sash under the belt. Oh yeah, for sure, Zombie Folly. It's just, the garage is a great place to put really heavy weights because it's a cement floor, so you put down some wood and that rubber linoleum looking stuff, and then you have a great place to work out. It's fantastic unless it's freaking freezing, which it is right now. So, oh. But I did my 2 days. I have to work out with weights 2 days, and then today is the kettlebell swing day, which I do with my 14-year-old daughter. So I did what I had to do, and I didn't chicken out. So I'm really proud of myself right now. Just gonna go ahead and toot my own horn. Toot. I'm good, thank you. All right, so that is her arm, and I made the line for that part of her arm thicker so it stands out from the rest of her body. All right, now I'm going to turn on my sketch line so that I can see other things that I had planned. And these are going to be slightly more decorative buttons, so they're gonna be rounded a little bit. Oh, that's awesome, DC. Okay, I don't like the way that I turned this. It's too sharp of a turn. Hello, Philip. I'm so glad you could make it. Thank you for joining us. And Renee Vatio. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Okay, let's see how it's looking. And now for a little while, and this is something that's really amazing about working digitally, is I can flip the page over and keep working. So I'm going to flip the entire canvas and work on it backwards for a little while. And I've seen a lot of artists do this that work digitally, and it's so great for helping you see mistakes in your work and stuff, but it's not really something that's feasible when you're working traditional, because you flip the page over and you have to start again. So this is really great. And I'm going to thicken this line a little bit too. Oh, you're welcome, DC. You're watching me in another stream at the same time, and you're drawing. That is so great. All right, now I realized yet again that I wanted to shorten her forearms because of the way that she's turning. I think it'll help look like she's turning away from us more if we see a lot of the elbow, and then it foreshortens to the forearm. And there's some buttons. And then I'm going to give her some, like a little bandana right there. And then her hands are going like this. So I'm just going to quickly sketch in her hands and their placement now that I've changed it. And we're gonna see a little bit of the cloth from her hands on the other side. Oh, that's so cool, Keeman. I love that. Happy birthday. Okay, so I'm doing a sketch right now. And I drew it on the layer that I actually am working in. So I'm gonna need to make some adjustments there and remove those things so that I can clean up the lines. But that's sort of what I'm trying to do, is shorten her arm a little bit. So I'm gonna actually put a few more directional change lines so that it shows that that part is foreshortened. And let's do this real quick. I changed the size of the brush, just made it a little bit smaller. So this is just like a drawstring style ruffle at the top. Oh, thank you so much for stopping in, Croco Guy. You're amazing. I really appreciate it. And I totally understand if you have work. This is definitely prime work hours, so I apologize to anyone who this is just an incredibly bad time for. Making the brush a little bit smaller still. There we go. And now I'm going to select all of this part and cut it off. Actually, I don't need to select all of it. Just this part. Because I sketched this on the actual inks layer, and I don't want to keep these messy lines. Oh, that is so cool, Ash. Yay! Hey, Chicken Heat, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. And you're working on code. That's awesome. Okay, so this is the layer that I'm working on now. So I'm going to lighten the layer up as soon as I get it aligned properly, which I think it is. So I'm going to lighten that layer down a little bit, turn off that, and refine these lines and clean them up. Nope. Don't like that. Let's start over. So I'm doing a little knot in the cloth right now. Okay. So I'm still working on the little bandana that's tied around her wrist. And those lines shouldn't meet up perfectly like that, so I'm just going to move it in a little bit more. I don't want any lines meeting up perfectly. It just doesn't really look very good in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at where everything is at. And I'm going to do a quick rotate. So I'm going to flip the page horizontally. And that is the side that we'll actually be viewing it from. Oh, I love this. Everybody is just getting so much done. Yay! It's a work day. That's right. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put a pattern on all the cloth that I'm putting in here, but I might. Oh my God, you're gonna love it, Travis. It is the best eraser. Hands down, it'll change your life. Okay, let's see what other things I wanted to add from the sketch. All right, so one thing I'm gonna need to do is rotate the sword a little bit. So I'm gonna actually take that from my sketch lines so that I can rotate it easily. I need to make sure that her hands are holding it correctly. And I'm going to cover up the old one. Hello, Gabriel. Yes, I snuck on Twitch today. Just doing an extra one. Since I have stuff to show and, you know, this is all part of the process, I thought it would be fun to add it in. I'm moving the sword and trying to get it in on a nice angle with her hands, because I've moved her hands. And then this, I want to put one of these guys over the sword and over her hand a little bit. But I just had it drawn in for the other sword. And then I want to like put some design or engraving on the metal here. Yes, I mirrored the image. That's what's so great about working digitally is you can flip back and forth and catch mistakes or, you know, make sure there aren't any. So it's been amazing so far. And it was one of the things I wanted to try with doing digital art this time. So I'm going to fill in the spots on her hat that are now going to be seen, because some things were covered that now are no longer covered. So let's get her hat in, make sure the edges will meet up properly. And it's good it's not having to rotate all that much, which I'm happy about. Oh, hi, Bruce House of Wayne. Thank you. Okay, so the sword is set, which means I can ink the sword and I can work on finishing up some of the other portions of the hilt and stuff. I'm just gonna erase them from this one. So this is just another sketch layer I had, which I don't want anymore. So this is just an additional sketch I'm going to do for her hands. Getting the knuckles in there. I might move her hands a little closer to one another, actually. Oh, the sweet glories of digital art. And I'm going to make this hand a little bit bigger. Oh, thanks, Gabriel. I'm so glad you're excited. This hand needs to be a little bigger still. That looks about right. All right, so now I'm going to go to the inks layer and start working on this. Nope. And for the pattern, I want to put like little cuts and engraving bits into the hilt of the sword and then the hand covering. Now, obviously, I realize that usually the hand covering is for one hand. Here, I'm putting two hands in there, so it is going to be bigger and more exaggerated than usual. Stever, hello! How are you doing? I'm taking the brush size down to a 9 to just get a few little other lines going on in here. That's true, it does beat snow. Okay, and I'm flipping the canvas to give it a look the other way. All right, small water break. All right, see you later, Harv. Nice seeing you too. Oh, thank you, Harv. Okay, so I've just turned up the opacity of a white, it's just a plain white layer that I have on. And I've turned up the opacity a little bit more so I can see my lines more clearly. Hello, Sloppy Octopus. How's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. So I'm going to try a slightly different angle with some of this on this hand. So I guess it's her right hand. Yeah, the Cold War Ink people are here. Hi, Fishing Iron. Okay, just looking at my hand real quick for some ref. So we wouldn't see too much of the palm of her hand in this particular angle. But still, I want to make sure I've got that in correctly. And then I'm going to do the hilt of the sword so that that's in there too. So right now I'm just doing an additional sketch. "45 more minutes until freedom." And I'm sorry guys if I'm seeming a little quieter today for some reason. It's just over the last little while the migraine is back. So I'm seeming a little quiet. I'm not grumpy, nothing like that. It's just a headache. Okay, and so then down here, I'm just gonna give it maybe a rounded bit at the bottom with a little additional design thing. Oh, it happens, I know. They are the worst. And it's one of those ones that's getting me in my stomach. Ugh, I hate those. Okay. So here is going to be the main center part. We are seeing it from a slight angle. No, I haven't taken anything, and that's probably the issue. It's all downstairs, so I'm just gonna deal. Okay, so I want to have something on here, and right now there's just indicator lines of the center. Yeah, right? I need to see if they have it here in Canada, Ash. Aw, thank you, DC. I'm fine. I'm used to them, thankfully. It's just I'm not as chatty as usual. And I don't want people to think I'm bummed or anything like that. Okay, so let's get this on right here. And then let me see, what would be something fun to put right here? Thank you, Kara. I realized that this line kind of meets up with a wrinkle that I put in her jacket or in her shirt. So I'm gonna clean that up and adjust because I don't really like it. I can't remember what it's called when a line meets up too perfectly like that, but when all possible, fix it. Oh, I'm so sorry for your wife, Bruce. It is rough. They are not fun. Okay, so that is where we're at right now, and this is facing the correct direction, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm throwing away some of the layers that I don't need. Yeah, I know. Though it's the treatments are once every 3 months, so I have a few more months to wait. I think the next one is in April or something. All right, so now I want to do a quick little sketch right here of just where I'd like the cloth to go. Because here's her belt. And I need to put a scabbard in here. So I'm going to connect that. I'm thinking to have it on this side. And I'm going to connect it like this. Not quite like that. Maybe a little bit more over here. Have I tried daylight lamps? No, I haven't. Because of how she's turning, I kind of have it pictured that it's going back like this. And so we'd see part of it coming here, and then the rest would be back there. And then here is her belt and the belt buckle. Or I could put it on this side. That's so awesome, Kara. I'm actually really terrible at Pictionary. It's crazy. And I'm gonna put a little leg buckle thingy with a dagger in it right here on this leg. And then I want to have the top of her boots are going to be like almost thigh highs. And then I'm thinking to like at the bottom here, maybe put a couple buckles or a big buckle at the top that keeps the boots gathered, something like that. Oh, that sounds awesome, DC. So I'm trying to decide which side to put her scabbard. I think I'm gonna have it on our right side. Oh, thank you, Craig. I'll give that a look. Oh, thank you, Renee. All right, I'm getting happier with this. There's more detail, and that's making me so excited. These things are going to be so fun to color. Oh, my pleasure, Bruce. Thank you so much for picking it up. That is so awesome. So right now I'm just kind of designing some basic leather bits for the scabbard right here. And I'm thinking I'll put like a little buckle. So it connects onto a piece of leather like that, and then connects down here. I personally find digital inking to be a little bit more complicated than traditional, but I'm just a traditional at heart, so it could just be me. That is so interesting, Craig. I really appreciate the info. True, you can't beat Control Z. It is a glorious, glorious thing. So that's some of the cloth I want to put in right there. And then this goes to her vest. And it's just tattered and little bits are coming off. And then maybe over here. I'll make it tie. Let's try that. And then it's flowing in the front a little bit. Maybe something like that will work. Hello, Voxel Vision. It's great to see you on here. Thank you so much for being here. And for anyone who's just joined the stream, I'm working on a card. So it's going to be a gameplay card for a new game coming out called Fight Your Friends, and it's by Cold War Inc. And the Kickstarter is going to be launching this month, which is really exciting. And I'll put some metal work on the very base of the scabbard. So it's clearly part of that piece right there. Oh, thank you, Travis. And I'm glad you're doing well, Voxel. And that can have a nice little dagger in it. So I think something like that might work. So there's a long, kind of torn, think like cheesecloth. Oh, did I get a Hypno Sherlock? Whoever it was, I'm so sorry. I've got my screen on so I can't always see. But thank you so very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. So what, as I was saying, she's got like, think some strands of cheesecloth basically coming down in the front like this and flowing over back towards this way along with her hair that's also going to be flowing. We got another one. Oh, thank you so much. You're not on your PC? Oh, it was Leanon. Leanon, thank you so much. Oh, you're Lino Este. Hi! It's been such a long time. So there we go. So it's slowly starting to take shape and form, and I'm really happy with the direction that it's going. I'm still not entirely sure if I'm going to do the pieces of cloth coming from her belt. Right now I'm really liking it, but I'll have to see. Oh, thank you so much, Gabriel. So much love to you. You rock. So for starters, I'm gonna get the belt drawn in. Oh, thank you, Sloppy. So I wanted a nice detailed Victorian belt buckle. So this is where I'm gonna focus a little bit of time because I want this to really shine. One of the things that was in the description of what I was asked to draw was that she have a nice big belt buckle. So I want to make it not only big, but then also really stand out. So that's why I'm going for more like heavy patterning and stuff like that. For sure, Kara. Oh, that's a great idea, Gabriel. Give everything a little bit of a uniformed look. I love that. Hi, Mark. How's it going? And thank you, Sloppy Octopus. You're amazing. Oh, and guys, just so you know, the Cold War crew is on here. All the people that I'm reporting to and sending the sketches to are here. Thank you so much, Cold War, for being here. And I've told them that if there's anything that I'm working on, since I am doing this live, if there's anything that they want me to tweak or change or anything like that, I don't mind being told that live in front of all of you. So definitely feel free to let me know if there's anything, Cold War people, that you would like me to change or adjust. I have no problem being told here for everyone to see, because then you guys can see the process too, which makes it a bit more fun. So I am here for any adjustments that need to be made. Man, Bonnie still needs a beard. Here we go. I'm just gonna obey. How about, since she's a pirate, right? Let's give her something really fun. All right, here we go. We're gonna give it a nice big twirly decorative mustache. There we go. Gagaween has spoken. Ash gets it. Oh wait, she needs a goatee as well. Just for Cold War. Now we're getting somewhere. Nice. Well, it really needs to stand out too. So let me make sure that it's on its own layer. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we're gonna colorize it. We're gonna set the lightness, colorize with red. There we go. Now it's perfect. Boom. Oh, Rodney Berry Productions, thank you so much for the follow. I'm just seeing it in my email now. Can I explain what to you? The mustache? It's for it's for fun twirling. Oh my god. Yeah, you just click on the layer and adjust color. I see what you're asking. Yeah, I just you go in this one. I did Control U, which is hue and saturation, and I just changed the hue and saturation to red. Okay, so now I'm going back to the belt, but she can just keep her mustache for a little while for extra twirling. All right, so I've got it set back to black, and I do that by just hitting D. It's the hotkey for default. So I just go back to the default colors. For someone who's just jumping on the stream later and sees that, they're just gonna be like, what is happening? Good plan, Gabriel. So even though all of the lines that I'm doing right now are being done with black, I will colorize the lines later on, and I'll show you guys how that's done once we're in the color process. But for now, right, everything is black. but I'll lighten the lines around her face for her skin tone. I'll change the color of the lines so that her hair is nice. And I personally, and this is very up to personal opinion with different artists, if they like to color hold the lines and make the color of the lines similar to the color of the clothing or whatever it may be. I really like heavy color hold, meaning that my line art is not black. It turns into the similar color to what I'm working on. Some artists really don't like color holds and prefer that the lines stay pure black, and it's really personal preference thing. So for me, I like color holds, and I will be doing them on this one unless I'm told not to. Oh, my pleasure, Art Anime. You're more than welcome to ask anything when I'm working on this. That's literally why I'm here. And to hang out with people, because it's fun. Just making the brush a little bit smaller. I wasn't liking that fat crayon line for the belt buckle. In the end, I may go around it and add in a thicker outline, but for now I'm going to stick with what I'm doing, which is just using a size 9 brush. Now bear in mind, guys, I'm doing this, it's about more or less an 8.5 by 11 size, but I am doing this in 600 DPI, and that's dots per inch. And the reason why I'm doing that is because 400, in my opinion, is the sweet spot. My scanner does 300 or 600, so I scan them at 600, and I'm supposed to remember to dial it back to 4, because when you're working on a really big piece with tons of layers, it can start to really chug on the computer. But I always forget. So this is 600 DPI. Oh, I hope so too, Fishing Iron. It's gonna be so fun. Though, for you, since I met you on Twitch, I'm gonna need you to tell me your real name when I meet you so that we can connect the dots. All right, so I am very well aware, for anyone who's got some OCD, it's probably driving you mad, that one side of the belt is not exactly the same as the other. Now, I was thinking it would look more realistic that they weren't exactly the same, but now it's bothering me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase it and duplicate the other side so that it matches perfectly. Because sometimes I can handle stuff like that, and other times I can't. And today I can't. You're the only English one. Okay, that's perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I am selecting this whole part. And I'm gonna Control C, Control V, edit, transform, flip horizontal. And then I'm gonna take the move tool and move it, and then I'm gonna transform and rotate. And then erase the excess. Now, of course, it's not perfect, but I personally think with things like this, A, they were handmade, they probably weren't perfectly perfect, and then B, this is going to be so small. When you look at it on the card, it's probably going to be about 1 millimeter by 2 millimeters. So even though it's really nice and big here, and I'm tempted to just go nuts, I need to bear in mind the size of what it is I'm working on and how big it's going to be when you actually look at it, which is probably about that big. Oh yes, it's such a thing, Fishing Iron. Oh my god. I love accents, especially British and Australian. I think they're so awesome. You're gonna get complimented about it all day long, Fishing Iron. Hello, Louie! It has been forever. If like 24 hours count as forever. Oh, it's been 18 hours? Jack the Avenger, hi! Thank you! Check this out, though. She has a mustache for twirling. It's a London accent. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between all the different types, but it's just, as long as it's from England and over there, it's amazing. I know, and the mustache really works with the whole facial expression. I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Thank you, Doodlebug. Keep the mustache. Oh, does Mark need to leave? See you later, Mark. Have a good afternoon. Miss Captain Morgan. Dan, it's because the Ash kept telling me she needed to be I'll leave you alone for a few minutes. No, it's because Ash kept tricking me and saying that it needed to be like Mr. Bonnie, Mr. and Bonnie or something like that. And so I decided to give him a mustache or a beard. It really suits her face. Sorry, babe. It's just too much fun. All right. So I'm still trying to work through the cloth thing and decide what I'm gonna do. I'm quite liking this swoosh of cloth, but then again, it isn't really necessary, and I don't want to make it look like she's wearing a skirt, because I think that pretty much the card is going to cut right at her, the top of her thighs. So, oh, she's mad because someone just drank. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure if doing all of these lines right here for the sash thingy is gonna work. It could grow on you. All right, so the little buckle here that's connecting to the scabbard is gonna be kind of the same sort of swirly stuff like the buckle itself, so that it all kind of matches. Yes, it would be so much fun if you could, Dad. See you later, Sloppy Octopus. Have a good one. Oh, that's so fun, Louie. Enjoy. Hey, Hans. All right, so the belt goes down a little bit further than I remembered. But that's probably for the best, that this thing is up a little higher. Yeah, you are a fishing iron. Nope, that's too straight. Oh, thank you, Hans. So some of these lines of the belt I may actually be deleting because I'm gonna put this cloth stuff in. I don't think Hans has seen the mustache. I haven't told my youngest about it, but he probably will. All right, so I'm going to reset and flip for a little while. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, all right, you already sent me one, right? Screen cap it? Screen cap what? Okay. I'm not going to delete the layer, so it'll be fine. Oh, just now. Okay. Oh, all right. I see you. Doodlebug Creations, thank you so much for the follow. So sorry, Louie. I just accepted yours now. I get so many friend requests, and I know that sounds really nasty, but I just get so many requests, and I'm already at like 4,000, probably about 3,000 of which I don't know the people, so I just don't even see them anymore. I don't even check. So I'm really sorry. If I miss you, it's not intentional. Doodlebug. I have an iPad Pro, and I use Procreate on that, and so I can recommend that one because I've used it and I like it. So you get the iPad Pro and the iPencil thingy, and it works really well. Even for the Detective 1000 cover that I did, I took my rough layout sketch and I put it into the iPad with Procreate, and then I set up the grid that I needed. Because even though they're not in any kind of massive environment, I still wanted all the balloons and everything to be following proper perspective, and the cake and them. So I set up a grid in Procreate, which Procreate has an amazing perspective grid setup situation. So yeah, I do use that, and I use it for covers. I use it for work a lot, and I kind of toggle between Procreate on the iPad and then Photoshop on my desktop. So it's definitely worth getting. As far as any other ones, I don't have any recommendations. All I use is the Cintiq and the iPad, both of which are not very cheap, but they are. I'm using them for work, so I can kind of justify it. But it took me about 15 years or more to justify a Cintiq. So I do understand waiting till you can afford it and all of that stuff. But those are the two that I use. Oh, interesting, Meat Shake. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? No, Procreate is a single purchase of $8.99 Canadian. So, I don't know. But, yeah. I don't think that you have to do any kind of subscription. But Photoshop is subscription, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce. Yay. How is Sherlock? He's being very stinky and naughty. He's in a mood right now. Yesterday, when I was streaming yesterday, there was a huge crash sounding thing downstairs, and I don't know what what Sherlock was doing. I just knew it must have been him. And then when I went downstairs after the stream, he had knocked almost everything that was on the counters onto the floor. Everything. You know, usually he leaves like clean dishes alone, and I air dry some dishes. But no, he knocked them all on the ground. Thank God there wasn't any glass there, or it would have just shattered. He's so bad. Yes, Photoshop does, Gabriel. And what I do is a little bit... I'm sure that there's probably a better way. But because Photoshop is... I'll see you later, hon. Photoshop is... I use a PC, and then Apple... products, of course, are on the Apple iOS system. So what I do is I can export TIFF files and everything like that to Google Drive and then access it from Google Drive. So that's kind of how I pass files back and forth. Though I don't really feel that Photoshop supports the layer properties that Procreate does. So even when I try to export it as a layer, it just exports one layer. So I have not done any tutorials. I haven't done any kind of study at all when it comes to Procreate. So I'm sure that there are proper ways to use it. I just don't really know. Oh, yay, Jeff. I'm so happy. Yeah, the Cintiq is really, really, really expensive. It took me a long time of working professionally to be able to get one. And then I'm a penciler by trade and only recently getting into colors, so I kind of pitched it to Dan, my husband, the Forest Lord, as like, well, I'm going to start digitally coloring, so I need it. I need it. Yeah, the Google Drive transfer does work, thankfully. So I can kind of toggle between my PC and the iPad like that. All right, so I'm pretty sold on doing the kind of cloth sash. I can't stop laughing every time I see the mustache. I'm pretty sold on doing the cloth sash under her belt. It's very Jack Sparrow, I'm aware, but it looks so good, and that's probably why they did it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the cloth thingy. If I decide to not have the big strips of cloth going across her body, that's fine. But for now, I'm gonna do it around the belt, and we'll see where things go from there. Oh, thank you, Zombie. I totally understand that feeling, though, like of having an idea in your head and it not turning out the way you wanted to. I think that that's something that everybody struggles with, I'd imagine. I know I do, big time. Where I've just got this action-packed image going on in my head, and then I go to draw it and I kill it with improvements, and then I have kind of a limp, dead-looking sketch, and I'm like, damn it. So, yeah, I totally understand that one. But, yeah, it's all about practice. It's all about putting in the time. That whole 10,000 hours thing is not a joke. Oh, thank you, Louie. thanks, Craig. This stuff is really helpful because I honestly just don't know, and then I'm supremely unhelpful to everybody, and I feel really bad. True story, Bruce. In my opinion, she stole everything. All that she's wearing is just straight up stolen. 100% Hans can get away with so many practice pieces. She stole it from Jack Sparrow. That's great. Doodlebug, you could also, I don't know, there must be forums and stuff, or even Amazon review pages on all these different products really helps. Like, I always feel kind of bad about that because I'm such a taker and not a giver when it comes to reviews. I will read reviews forever. If I'm researching something and I want to buy it and I can't decide which one to get or whatever, I will just, there's never enough reviews for me to read. But I never give back. I have never once in my life, as terrible as this makes me sound, written a review. I'm sorry, writing is really freaking hard for me. I could pretty much do an awesome review if it was verbal on Twitch, and that would count, and then I can just link it to the Amazon thing I bought, or Sephora, for instance. I could probably review half the shit in that store. Have I ever written one? No. I'm such a bad person. Photoshop is coming. Oh, yeah, that's true, Gabriel. I know that they have kind of a low-end Photoshop app that you can put in, like Photoshop Elements, I think. Video reviews, right? Do they? I have no idea. I really wanted that as an excuse. Full real Photoshop. That is so freaking badass. It would change my life because I need to sometimes take digital colors with me, and I really don't want to buy a Cintiq companion and have an iPad and all of these things. It's just, oh my God. So being able to travel with an iPad and have Photoshop in full, see, that's the thing. Maybe there is, Hans, but I really only want to use the full Photoshop. I think I would find myself just so frustrated on a half Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop. Oh my goodness. And if it's Creative Cloud, I wonder if you are already paying for it, if you don't have to pay for it again, or if it's just a little bit more. That would be awesome. All right. I'm opening the link, Gabriel, so I don't lose it. So I have it. I just won't be able to read it until after the stream. Yeah, monthly is really not so bad. Oh, I went to try and start drawing on the Twitch screen. And I'm like, why is this not working? Lol. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome, Hans? I would really love to get sponsorship for something. Damn it. I think these things like Wacom and Copic and all these guys, they don't need help from somebody like me. They've got so many people just banging down their door to buy their products that why? That's my guess. I've had a couple artists tell me I need to switch to using the touch markers because touch is really good with sponsorships and they do sponsor a lot of comic artists. And so I've had a bunch of people tell me that, and I don't know. Nothing against touch. I've never tried them, so I don't know. It's just I've already spent so much on my Copic markers. I don't want a whole new set. Oh. Well, that's cool, Zombie Folly. There's hope. There's hope someday. Really? That's so cool, Hans. Oh, I need to look that up, Meat Shake. Sketchy McSketchington, hello. Speaking of the new OS, oh my god, I just updated my iPad, and usually I can, I have my iPad connected to a little keyboard thingy, right? So you can like do an onboard keyboard thingy or whatever, separate, but it connects, right? So I have it like that so that I can answer email and stuff and treat it kind of like a laptop. Well, I just updated my iPad, which I do once every few months because I always forget. And so I updated it, and oh my god, now the iPad Facebook Pages app, so not the Facebook app, but the Facebook Pages app will not go horizontal. You know how you can turn your thing all around, the like optic view or whatever that is? It won't work. It only goes vertical, and my keyboard is horizontal screen. And so now I can't answer comments or anything. I have to do it all on my phone or on my computer. And it's so irritating that it suddenly no longer works. And it like shifts my entire iPad to vertical. And only when I close the app does everything go back to horizontal. It's so strange. Juan is here. Hi, Juan. And I'm just going to do a little pitch for anyone who is new to following me. Hello, my name is Dawn, and I don't have everything fully integrated as far as subscriptions on Twitch. However, I do have free subscriptions to my email list, and I do a lot of behind the scenes emails. I don't email you a ton, once a week usually, but that is where you should go if you want to see more behind the scenes information about art, about comic art, conventions. I talk about, whatever is going on in my work, and Also, if you're interested in convention sketches or anything to do with me and my work, please go subscribe to my email list. I'm going to put the subscribe. Oh, Philip did it. Philip, you're amazing. I love you so much. Thank you for putting that there. So yes, that's what I would request. If you're enjoying this stream, please subscribe to my email list. And I love you guys. Oh, it's definitely a bug. They need to fix that. It's not working. It's the only app that isn't working. It's so bizarre. Yeah, I'm with you, Gabriel. I really hate it too. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce. And thank you for being on my email list. That is so awesome of you. Oh, good. I can't wait, Louie. It's so frustrating. It's really, like, messed up my groove as far as my email responses and, well, email it's not been a problem, but my Facebook responses, it's really screwed with my groove. You threw off the Emperor's Groove? Have you guys seen The Emperor's New Groove? If you haven't, you must. It's amazing. And Yzma is my spirit animal. I love Yzma. She is so fantastic. For anyone who has seen The Emperor's New Groove, oh my god. And Kronk, yes. It is literally, in my opinion, the most underrated Disney cartoon ever. It's so good, and more people need to see it. Kronk is your spirit animal. Hello, introverted bean. Kronk is the best, but Yzma is my favorite. She's so great. Oh my god, Yzma makes me so happy. Sherlock is your spirit animal. That's excellent. Why do we even have that lever? That's right, Jessamine. My whole part was her whole thing about how she's going to mail the box to herself, and when she does, she's going to smash it with a hammer. I mean, it's just so ridiculous that she's going to take the thing, mail it to herself, and then then beat it with a hammer. Oh, it's so good. That's right, Doodlebug. Or to save on postage, I'll just poison him with this. Thank you, Doodlebug. Oh my god, it is so amazing. Oh, I feel it. Ah, so good. I wish I could remember lines of movies better because that whole cartoon is quotable from start to finish. It's so awesome. So well done, Doodlebug. Yes. Oh, so good. And then when she turns into the cat, the voice is so good. Does the same lady do the cat voice? Is that my voice? Is that my voice? No, the quotes are amazing. All right, I'm gonna leave that for a little while and work some more on the cloth. Yes, definitely carry on. All right, we're gonna pull back. Sneak attack! The mustache attack! All right, and I'm gonna flip the image. Image rotation, flip horizontal. Oh, you have? Oh my god, okay, I have to see that, Kara. Oh, that's so good, Doodlebug. Oh, and it's true. I love his wife, where she's like, oh my god, I'm so angry. I have to clean something. It's like literally me. He's supposed to be dead. Oh, so awesome. I haven't seen the band Skittles ad. I'm gonna need to go look that up. I might have to move this thing down because actually it's in the way of my little buckle hole. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it right about there. And I'm gonna erase the belt lines underneath. Yeah, I had to move it because it was in the way of my little belt holes so that she can actually erase the top buckle hole. Oh, that's so true, Gabriel. I don't know why I was so attached to those buckle holes. Yeah, good plan. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo all of that and do what Gabriel suggested and just erase this hole. And yes, it's very tailored now. I'm reading everybody's Yzma quotes. This is wonderful. I suppose there's time for dessert. Coffee. All right, a quick. Then take him out and finish the job. Oh, it's amazing. Thank you, Kara. You guys are so great. This is so entertaining. I'm loving it. Oh yeah, that's my favorite one. Awesome, Louie. I'll turn him into a flea, a harmless little flea. And then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll put that box inside another box, and then I'll mail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer. Yes, so good. And just the way they drew her and everything about Yzma is so wonderful. Hello, Trav McDan. Thank you. We're goofing around. Oh, thank you, Craig. Doesn't Yzma remind me of someone I know? Me? I don't know, Adam. thought about putting in something to kind of soften the line, but I really like just a straight ass line, so I think I'm gonna leave it. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, definitely. I agree with you, Shade. All right, so something like this where I'm working on the flaps of cloth that are under her belt. It looks too intentional that I've made it going over the scabbard. So I'm gonna actually make it going into and behind the scabbard just so that it looks more realistic. Nothing is generally placed that perfect. Yeah, she's definitely gonna get pretty pissed about missing out on the rum, that's for sure, Louis. And then maybe I'll make it do that. So at least it's going through, but it's not so perfectly missing the scabbard. Yes, this is a 4 p.m. stream. I'd really like to raid someone though before I go, so it might be more like a 3:45er because then we can raid someone and I have enough time to say bye and not just peace out. You know, I'd like to raid with you guys. Oh, thank you, Doodlebug. Good night. Have a good one. Oh, hi, 77 Hope. Leave the hair. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave the mustache the whole time. It's too much fun. And it just freaks people out if they're like new to the page. Then 6 minutes to go. Okay, thank you so much, Philip. You are wonderful. Yeah, sure. I would love a suggestion of who to raid. All right, I'm gonna start in on this cloth right here. And this is on its own layer so that I can work stuff out and not mess with my actual finalized ink lines that I'm happy with. All right, if you guys are telling me things, I'll be right there. Just working on that. Raid Jim Lee. What? Oh my god, that's so nerve-wracking. Oh, I don't know. I'm super nervous about that. So scary. Oh, he's not on stream right now? Oh, okay. I don't even know, like, is that proper etiquette? Like, can you go raid someone like that pretty much in my world is like a god? Like, do I just go raid his channel? I don't even know. Just is really relative. No, Jim hasn't rated me, Louis. The person who rated me with like a ton of people was Seijin, and that was like 400 people. Yeah, that's very ballsy. Yeah. So much awkward laugh. Yeah. No, Louis, Jim Lee has not rated me yet. And, you know, believe me, the only thing I'm thinking of here right now is that if he were on, which I don't know that he's on right now, I can look. Is that appropriate? Yeah, he's not on right now. Because I follow him and he would be showing up right here. Is that artistically appropriate? Like, oh my god. Is Bailey J. Alright, I'll take a look. I can see a few people. I'm trying to go around and follow more artists on Twitch, so definitely give me suggestions, you guys, because when I leave, I do want to raid. Even if, we're not a huge crew going to meet somebody, it's still saying hi and just, sharing the love, and I really want to do more raids. However, I'm not always following enough people to bring someone to, so that's something I'm trying to work on, is follow more people to raid. All right, I'm looking up this Bailey J. Is it a... Oh, cool. Well, right now it looks like takeout lunch. That's super cool. Adobe Channel Crew. Nice. All right, well, I'll follow her for sure. Okay. Then there's a bunch of artists that are on right now. Seijin is streaming, that's right. Mikey Mega is streaming. Michael DeNicola, we streamed, we rated him last week. Voxel Vision is yours, Travis. When are you going live? And thank you for letting me see yours. Okay, let's follow Voxel Vision. Oh, I had the @ there. Why am I not seeing channels? Oh, here we go. Voxel Vision. Follow. Okay, I followed Voxel Vision, and let me go back and see. Oh, so you're not going on right now. Cree's art. Yeah, we can raid Killer Nen. I love Nen. She's wonderful. Yeah, but I really appreciate all this, you guys, because I will start following people. Yeah, I know we're chatting, so then I was wondering, like, are you going live soon? Oh, there's 2 Cree's arts. Nice, look at this. Inking Comics, nice. Perfect. So thank you guys. I've followed a few more people. Wait. All right. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Chicken Heat. Yes, I host Killer Nen. I have a list of a bunch of people that I host on my channel, and like you can keep adding to the list and stuff like that. So that's what I do. You go on at 7:30, McTeigue? Ah. Okay, well let me follow you here. Is it the same thing, just McTeigue? Well, not just. That's a very interesting name. Okay, here we go. Wait, it's M3AT. M3AT shake. Must be 2 words. Channels. Sorry, you guys. All right. I'm following you, McTeigue. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, McTeigue. Okay, so we have a bunch of channels, and then the one that Hans recommended, what was that one called again? Oh, you know what I think? I think it's not showing up on this one that I followed it yet. Okay. Bailey J. Okay, perfect. Thank you all. This is amazing. So let's go ahead and do a quick little wrap up here because I need to go. So this is going to be kind of like a leg holster thingy for a dagger. And then I'm just going to reset the view. So I'm going to keep working on the line art tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure when I'm going to stream, but I have 100% planned to stream, and I'll be doing the coloring on this one. Whoop, whoop. So if you don't follow me on these other platforms yet, I post on Instagram and my Facebook pages. The links are below. Please feel free to follow me there because that's where you'll be able to see my going live notifications. I don't have a set schedule yet, because my schedule generally is very in flux. So I will let you know tomorrow when I'm gonna go live, and we will work some more on this one. This was such a fun stream, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You rock. and let's find someone to raid. So I am just going to look down the list and let's raid Mikey Mega. Oh, yeah, Mega. He seems really nice. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. Raid Mikey Mega. I love you all a ton. Let's go give Mikey tons of love and, lots of good things about his work. And thank you all so much for being here yet again. And remember, it's fight your friends in a nice way. It's the game. All right, love you guys. Bye.